So welcome everyone. Glad to see you here. Today's a beautiful, beautiful day outside, but it's a little bit chilly, so we'll be doing the practice indoors, except for some of us that are braving the outdoors. So good for you who are outdoors right now. Yay! Okay, we will start with a little warm up for the neck, and I'd like to do a little exercise for the jaw. Some of you had requested some face yoga exercises to do in the very beginning, and then we'll do some breathing, and then we'll get moving on our mats. So please either come onto a pillow or in a position where you're seated comfortably. Your back should have its natural curve. The neck is lifted and lengthened, shoulders are back, and you draw the throat and ears back so you feel the crown of your head lifting, okay? We're going to turn our head simply to the right. Turn it as far as possible and see if you can get the chin to come over the shoulder. Come back to center. Now, of course, all of this is done without any pain. Turn to the left and then back to center. Now we'll look skyward again without any pain. So if there's a point where you feel some catching in the back of the neck, stop. If you can go all the way back, go for it. Then look forward and then bring your chin down to your chest and look forward. We'll do that again. Turn your head to the right as far as possible without turning the shoulders. Back to center, to the left, as far as possible. Back to center, look skyward. Lengthen out the throat, feel the stretch through the chin. Back to center and lower the head, chin to the chest. And back to center. Okay, so the work for the neck, you're going to take your right hand and place it next to your temple. So it's just the spot on the head that's just diagonally towards the top of the head. And you're going to place the palm of your hand around on the bones. So you don't actually press on the temple. You'll be pressing on the bones around the temple. Okay. Hold the hand there and you'll push your head against the hand using the muscles of the neck, and you resist with the hand and release. We do this 5 times. Breathe out as you press. Breathe in as you release. Breathing out and press. Breathing in, releasing. Again, be sure not to create any pain in the neck. 2 more times. Press and release. Last time. Press and release. Okay. Now we're going to release the muscles of the neck. Lower the chin to the chest. Roll your head to the right shoulder. When you're there, stop and change. Roll to the left shoulder. And change. And again, changing. Last time each side. Bring your chin down to your chest and lift. Good. We do the opposite side. Palm of the hand against the temple, but you're touching the bones. You're not necessarily touching the temple. And here we go, 5 presses. Breathe out as you press. Breathe in as you release. 4 more. Good. 3 more. 2 more. Excellent. Last one. Okay, bring the hand back down. Lower the chin to the chest. This time we're going to roll the head to the left first. So roll to the left, stop when you reach the shoulder, and change to the right, to the left, and right. 1 more time each side. Bring the chin back down to center and raise the head. I just want to mention, a lot of students talk to me about hearing sounds in the neck, like sand or little cracking sounds when you roll your head side to side. This isn't a problem. It's part of the joints. And honestly, if we had our ears next to every single joint, we would hear that in all of our joints. Sometimes it can be a little bit of inflammation. What will be worrying is if you feel pain, and that's when you need to consult a professional. If there's any pain in these half circles, okay? So now we're gonna work on the jaw. Set your fingertips on either side of the jaw, and you're just going to do circles, massaging those big muscles of the jaw. Change the direction of the circle. Now, keeping the fingers there, I want you to let the jaw to fall, but keep the mouth closed. It's like a complete relaxing of the jaw. So the mouth will sort of be open. Now massage again. Change the direction. Now close the jaw without squeezing, just let the teeth touch each other. And then keeping the hands here, you're going to unhook the jaw and bring the lower teeth in front of the upper teeth. So you just go, and then back, and again, and back, and back. One more time, and back. Massage the jaw one more time, round and round with the fingertips. Change the direction. And then bring the hands down. And just notice the sensation. The jaw is very, very strong, and there's a joint here called the TMJ joint, which can get very tense, especially during the day if we're working for long periods of time with our heads forward. So just that slight massage can help you to relax it. And also letting the jaw fall sometimes can help to release any tension in the TMJ joint. Okay, let's bring our hands together. Push the palms skyward, lengthen out the arms, lengthen the neck at the same time. Take a deep breath in, breathe out and lean to your right. Come back to center. Breathe out, lean to your left. Good, back to center. To your right. Back to center. To the left. Back to center again. One more time each side. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And breathing in. Now open your arms, clasp your hands behind you, and stretch your arms as straight as possible behind you. Draw the chin back, lift it if possible, lengthen out, stretching the chest, stretching those muscles that keep the shoulders forward, and it's contracting the upper back muscles to help with your posture. Take another deep breath in and release, bringing the hands back down to the thighs. Now I'm just going to double check that everybody is muted because I hear some background noise. I'm just going to mute a few of you here so that in the video we don't have too much background noise. Okay, great. Now we're going to do a standing breath exercise where we breathe in 3 stages, okay? And I just want to talk about these stages. The first stage, you're going to fill your lungs a third of the way. The second stage, you're going to fill your lungs 2/3 of the way. The third stage, you're going to feel like you take the very last bit of oxygen that you can in your body, and it may even rise up into your head. It has been scientifically proven that we take oxygen in through the head as well, through the sinuses. So it's like you fill up completely, and then you're going to breathe everything out. Now I'll show you while standing. You can stay seated for the moment to watch. We'll be standing with our arms by our sides. We've done this exercise before once. It's a very heating breath. You will bring your thumbs into your palms and curl your hands around your thumbs. You'll take that first third breath in. Arms go up in front of you. And then this 2/3 in. Arms go out to the sides. And then the last bit, arms go over the head. And then as you breathe out, I want you to bend your knees and release your arms down and relax the neck a bit. Then we get ready for the next one, okay? So let's stand up. Everybody can stand up? Perfect. When you're standing, your feet are about hip width, toes pointing forward. You can have a little bit of engagement in the legs by dialing the feet out just a little bit. Lift the chest, find that perfect posture. Bring your thumbs into your palms and wrap your fingers around your thumbs. Arms by your sides, as straight as possible. So let's take the first third breath in, arms come up. Then we bring them out to the side. Then up and over the head. And breathe out, release the hands, release the thumbs, bend the knees, and then come back up to standing. I'll show from the side, we'll do it again. Thumbs into the palms, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, and then we release. Good, again, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, and we release. And again, breathing in, arms out to the sides, over the head, and breathe out and release. One more time, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, and breathe out and release. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't have any back issue, when you breathe out and release, we're gonna let go, bending the knees and fold forward, like a fold just like this. And then you rise back up, okay? So Christiane, in your case, you're gonna do as we did before, just let the arms swing and fall, knees bent, and then you rise back up. Anybody that feels good in the low back, you can go all the way down and then curl and rise up slowly for the next set. Any questions about that, anybody? I'll give you 5 seconds. No questions? Let's go. So feet hip width. Find that perfect posture. Thumbs into the palms. First breath, breathe in. Second, third, and fold forward if you wish. Coming back up. First breath. Second, third, and fold, releasing. Coming back up. And again, first breath. Second, third, and releasing. Come back up. Good. We're going to do it 2 more times. I'm going to watch. Excellent. First breath. Yes. Second, third. Good. Releasing. Woo. Well done. 1 more time. Let's go. First breath. Second, third. Yes. Releasing. Perfect. Good, Christiane. Good, Helen. Excellent, Analea. All right, everybody. Up to standing. Good, Sophia. Hands to your heart center. Now just take this short moment just to come into the sensation that you have of your 2 palms touching each other. Notice what it feels like. Feel even the bumps of the joints of the fingers touching each other. Feel the sensation of the palm of the hand and the central part that doesn't touch because there's a curve inwards. Close your eyes and notice that for a moment. Getting into these types of sensations gets you connected with the right side of the brain. Open your eyes. Taking a deep breath in, raise your arms and stretch skyward. As you breathe out, bend your knees and begin folding right down to the earth. Fingertips touch the floor. Come to a halfway lift, breathing in. And gently set your hands down for a plank position. Now from the plank, we're going to lower the knees down right underneath the hips, and we do cat and cow. Breathe in, curling the spine. Breathe out, rounding the spine. Breathing in and curling. Breathing out, rounding. One more time, let's curl and round. Come back to a flat back. Tucking your toes under, come to downward facing dog. And begin pedaling the feet. Right and left, right and left. Straightening both legs, let's look to our hands and begin taking baby steps forward until you reach the front edge of your mat. Feet apart, hip width, knees bending, dial your feet out. Come hands to the hips, lift. Coming up to standing, and stretch your arms by your sides. Now begin getting engagement into the legs by activating, dialing your feet outwards. It activates those muscles in the thighs and in the hips, and you should feel the knees dialing gently outwards. Hands to your heart center. Again, get into the sensation in your hands. We spend so much time in our left brain during the day. We need to equal it out, balance it out, get into your right brain. Deep breath in, rise up. Breathing out, folding forward. Halfway lift, breathing in. Step back to your plank. Once again, let's bring the knees down. Cat and cow. Curve the spine skyward. Breathing out and rounding. Again, let's curl and round. Once more, let's curl and round. And back to downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet right and left. Okay. Looking to your hands, take big steps forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, let's fold. Hands to your hips, elbows up to the sky, bend your knees. Let's get into the standing position. Hands to your heart center. Notice the sensation. Just take 1 second. And let's go. Deep breath in. Breathing out, folding. Halfway lift, breathing in. Step back to your plank position. Now from here, you can lower the knees into a push-up if you wish. Move all the way down, pointing the toes, lengthen out the legs, rise to cobra. Bring your chest back down and push back to downward facing dog. Deep breaths here, in and out. In the down dog, think about dialing your hands out. And be sure you are not hyperextending the elbows. All right, look to your hands. Big steps forward this time. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, fold forward. Hands to your hips, elbows up. Bend the knees low to rise through a chair position. Hands to the heart center. Get into the sensation in the hands. Deep breath in, let's rise up. Breathing out, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathing in. I'm gonna watch you for a moment. Step back to your plank position. Good job. Looking forward, if you wish, do a push-up. If not, just move all the way down. Great, I get to see your beautiful faces. Yes. Cobra, yes, very nice. Downward facing dog, perfect. Excellent. Now you can pedal your feet if you wish, or you stay there. Good. All right. Bring your feet together in down dog. And we're going to get into a little bit of some challenging work here. So in down dog, feet together, I want you to raise your right leg behind you, but parallel to the floor. Okay? Not all the way up, just parallel to the floor. Now I want you to bring your right leg out to the side and then back behind you. out to the side as far as possible, then back behind you. One more time, out to the side and back behind. Bring the foot back down, pedal the feet to release through the thighs. Bring your feet together again in down dog. Be sure your hands are dialing out. No hyperextension of the elbows, please. Left leg goes up. Same thing. We'll bring it out to the left-hand side as far as possible. Then back again. Both legs are working here. Control it. Stay in the down dog as you bring the leg out. One more time. Out and back behind you. Bring the foot back down. Separate your feet. Pedal your feet a little bit. Okay, let's raise the right leg and bring the foot between the hands. Taking a warrior two position. Christiane, if you want, right hand on the thigh to help yourself up into the warrior two. This helps the low back, everyone. Sink down nicely, clasping the hands behind you. Stretch your arms behind you. Dial your right foot out to the right. Dial the left foot out to the left. So the feet don't actually move. And for you, actually, Sophia, as you haven't been following the classes recently, this is a new concept for you, okay? So the dialing out don't actually have the feet moving, but you should feel it, the muscles contracting to get you there. Everyone lean back a little bit more. Bend the right knee a little bit more. Good, Annalea, good, yes. Take another deep breath in. Release your arms and set the hands down to either side of the right foot and hold your hands there, okay? So we've got our hands down, either side of the right foot. Left foot is still down in the warrior position. Bend the knee, taking a deep breath in. Breathe out, see how far you can straighten the leg. You don't have to get to a fully straightened leg, it can just be slightly bent. Breathe in and bend. Breathe out and straighten. The leg still dials out. Breathe in and bend. Breathe out and straighten. Two more times. Breathing in, bending. Breathing out, straightening. Last one. Breathe in and bend. Breathe out and straighten. Bend the knee now, nice and deep. Hands come down and step back to your plank position. All right, do a push-up if you wish. Getting strong in the upper body. All the way down, point your toes, rising up to a cobra, and push back. Downward facing dog. Good job. Yes. And we do the other side. Left leg rises. Bring the foot between the hands. Spin your right heel down. If you need to for your back, help yourself up. Left hand on the thigh. Otherwise, you just rise up to your natural warrior two. Dialing the left leg out. Dial the right leg out. Clasp your hands behind you. Stretch the arms as straight as possible and hold it here. Raising the chin. Draw the throat back as we had a nice warm up for the neck. This should be fine. Looking good, Sophia. Sink down a little bit more into the front knee. Yes, beautiful. Keep breathing, everyone. Deep breaths. Yes. Okay, let's release the hands down to the earth, either side of the left foot. From here, you keep the right foot diagonal. You keep dialing your feet out to get that energetic contraction. Deep breath in, breathe out, straighten the leg as much as possible. Breathing in, bend the knee. Breathing out and straighten. Breathing in, bending. Breathing out and straightening. Two more times. Keep the legs strong. Last one. Okay, let's rebend the knee. Setting the hands down, you'll step back to your plank position. Working the upper body if you wish, you do a push-up, or two or three if you wish. All the way down, point your toes, Rise up to cobra and then push back. Downward facing dog pose. Pedal your feet, releasing and letting go. All right. Look to your hands. Stepping all the way forward. Halfway lift. Breathing in. Breathe out, fold forward. Okay. Feet perfectly hip width. Bend your knees, the toes pointing forward. Dialing the feet out to get that energetic set. Hands to the outsides of the knees. Now the knees, we're not going to let them go in. We keep them separated. And you will press your hands against the outsides of your knees, and you'll press your knees against the hands. So there's a contraction of the legs, all right? Sinking the hips back, lift the chest. And we're just gonna pulse here a little bit lower. 5, down a little bit lower. 4, good, good, good. I can see you. 3, looking good, stay with it. 2, keep pressing on the outsides of the knees, Helen. 1, excellent. Everyone, fold forward, hands down to the earth, halfway lift, breathe in, step back to a plank position. We work through the vinyasa, 1 push-up, all the way down, cobra, downward facing dog. Take your right leg and coming into warrior 2. Help yourself up if you need to. Now we reverse in our natural vinyasa. Move back down again, plank position. 1 push-up. All the way down, cobra. Downward facing dog. Left leg, warrior 2. Of course, help yourself up if you need to. Reverse it. Back down again to your plank position. Whew, stay with it, everybody. 1 push-up. Almost there, all the way down, cobra. And downward facing dog. Well done, deep breaths here. Staying in your down dog. Good, if you need to, take child's pose. Everybody looking good. All right. We're going to work through it just one more time. Look to your hands, step or jump forward. Good, halfway lift. Folding forward. Bend your knees down low. Okay, hands to the outsides of the knees, just as we did before. Put pressure on the outsides of the knees and you push the outsides of the knees into the hands. Lift the chest. That's it, Sophia. Lift the chest. Good, Analea. Good, keep pressuring. Now, little pulses, go down lower. 5, yes. 4, good, Christian. 3, 2, oh my goodness. 1, good, bring your hands down to the floor. Excellent, halfway lift, breathing in. Stepping back to a plank position. You guys are doing great. 1 push-up if you wish. All the way down, point your toes into cobra. And downward facing dog. Right leg comes up between the hands. Take your warrior 2. Help yourself up if you need to. Good job, Christian. Reverse and move back down again to a plank position. Excellent. 1 push-up. All the way down. Point your toes into cobra. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. And last one, left leg comes up between the hands. Take that warrior 2 position. Yes. Yes. Reverse it. Beautiful. Back down again to your plank. 1 push-up. This is the last one of the day. Take advantage all the way down. Point your toes into cobra. Woohoo! And downward facing dog. Good, Helen. Love the smile. Excellent. Good job, everyone. Okay. If you need to take child's pose, go for that. All right. If you're in child's pose, take down dog. Bring your feet perfectly hip width. Now we're going to be working with the right leg. So just as we did in the beginning of class, we're going to raise the right leg parallel to the floor. We'll bring it out to our right. Be sure you have space out to the side. Bring it out to the right. And then you're going to bring it under your body, cross it underneath you, and it'll be just above the floor to the left. Bring it back out to the right. We do this 5 times. To your left, under your body. Out to the right. 3 more. Under. 2 more. Under the body. Last one. Good. Now, bring the right foot down onto the floor. Slide it down until you get your right hip onto the floor. Bring your elbows down, and we're in that deep twist. I'm sure you remember this from classes. The left leg, toes can be tucked under, or you could point your toes. And you twist enough so that the chest faces the floor. Palms are together. Take some deep breaths here. Now, from here, you're going to bring your hands down and come up out of the twist until you're facing the back corner of your mat. Your legs are at about 90 degrees, so in a 90-degree angle. All right? Christian, this is where you want to be very careful of the low back, and yes, perhaps you as well. Hands will go behind you, toes pointing up to the sky. Lift your chest. And lean forward, please. Go as far forward as is comfortable. Lengthen out your neck. Pull the ears back. This is where you're going to relax the jaw as well. If possible, reach for your feet and let yourself fold even farther forward towards the floor. However, if you have any back issues, I recommend keeping the hands behind you and keeping your back long, so there's no rounding out. You want to keep your back long and straight and get the stretch only into the legs, inner thighs and outer thighs. From here, we take one more deep breath in. Set your hands down to help yourself to lift all the way up. Now we're going to turn, we're facing the back of our mat. Turn to bring both legs facing the back of the mat, okay? Bring your hands behind you. Point your toes. Now you have 2 different positions you can take. Either the full east-west, where you lift the hips up. This one is more challenging. Or you bend your knees and you lift your hips up into the reverse tabletop. So choose for you, either hips up with knees bent. You could look skyward or behind you, or look towards your knees, or east-west, legs straight. Whichever you choose, stay there. We're going to breathe 3, 2, 1. Bring your hips back down. Bend your knees to bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. And we'll rock from side to side on the hips. We're in a butterfly position, and you just gently rock side to side. That's it. Good. I can see you all rocking. Excellent. Lift up nice and tall. Grab the toes, around the toes, and let yourself fold forward from the chest. Again, here, low back issues, just stay straight and let the knees open. If your low back is okay, then you can fold forward, because it takes a stretch, a deep stretch into the low back, folding forward. 3, 2, 1. Lifting back up. Lift your knees. Now, we're going to get into a spinal twist. First one, right leg over the left. Up. You could do this with knees bent, or you could straighten out the lower leg. Okay, so choose for you, which is going to be best. Lower leg straight or bent underneath you. Grab a hold. It's the right knee bent. So your left arm is grabbing a hold of the right knee. Raise your right arm and twist, bringing the hand down behind you. Look behind you. Holding this position. 3, 2, 1. Unwind. Keep the right knee bent. Stretch your left leg out in front of you. Now watch the next position. We're going to move, we're going to twist ourselves and move into downward facing dog. To do that, I'm just going to swing my arms to the right first, and then swing around, push against the floor with my right foot, set my hands down, set my feet down, and we're in downward facing dog, other side. Woohoo, magic. A little bit of yoga magic. Pedal your feet a little bit, releasing the hips, release the low back. Just get back onto your mat, back into down dog. Take a few deep breaths, dialing the hands out, unblocking the elbows. All right. Feet closer together. Now we get the left leg up behind us. We do the entire sequence on the left-hand side. Leg is parallel to the floor. We'll bring it out to our left and then slide it under the body, point it to the right. And again, out to the left, under the body and to the right. We do this 5 times. So 3 more. Out and under. 2 more. Last one. And as it goes under, set the foot down. Slide down so that you're on your left hip. Your right leg, you can have the toes tucked under behind you, or you can point the toes. Find what works. Your legs are at 90 degrees again, right angle. Turn the hips, turn the chest, palms together, and just stay here in this deep twist for the low back. Of course, if there's any pain, you might want to back off the twist a little bit. But if everything's fine, you can move the right hip closer down towards the left leg. Deep breathing here. All right, setting your hands down, lift your chest up and you're going to turn. And again, you turn so that you're facing the back corner of your mat. Your legs are still at 90 degrees. Toes are pointing upwards, okay? And we're going to change a little bit the posture. Setting your hands behind you. This time I want you to bend your knees and the toes still point up. Heels are down into the floor. Lift your chest, get your back as long as possible. If you're feeling okay in your low back, you could bring your hands underneath your legs, kind of underneath the knees, and slide the hands through. This can be very strong stretch for the low back. So for those of you who have any low back issues, very important, keep the hands behind you and just lift the chest, all right? There's still a lot of action going on here in the hips, inner thighs, and outer thighs. The second posture, which is a little bit more challenging, hands go underneath the legs, and you could gently start straightening out the legs, keeping the arms underneath. This is turtle pose. And you fold forward. Okay? It's called Kurmasana. And it's a very, very strong pose for the low back. So be sure that your low back is okay before performing this posture. Chin is down, jaws relaxing. Deep breaths. And lift the chin, walk the hands back. Good. Lifting yourself back up, Bring both legs pointing to the back of your mat, stretched out in front of you. All right? We'll point the toes again. We take east-west posture again, or tabletop. Choose which is best for you. This also stretches out the fronts of the shoulder, chest. Lift the hips up nicely. Your head can look upwards or back behind you. A few deep breaths here. Good job. Come on back down. We will stretch our right leg out in front, left leg crossed over. So this time it's the left knee that's bent. Or if you're more comfortable, you can bend the leg underneath you. So find what works for the spinal twist. Grab that left knee, lift the chest, raise your left arm, and we twist slowly and gently. Left hand behind you, look over your shoulder, spinal twist. You should feel also the opening of the outside of the left thigh, as well as the stretch in the left hip. Good job. Unwind. This time, uncross your legs. Set your feet flat. If you would like, and if your camera is facing the front of your mat, maybe you want to turn yourself around, you could do that right now. So get yourself into a position where you can still see the video. We're going to roll down onto our backs. Feet are close to the hips. Elbows into the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades. So we're going to do 2 bridge postures today. The first one will be the natural bridge, okay, the classic bridge. The second one will be for the hamstrings. So elbows into the floor, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift the hips up while lengthening out your neck. Stay here. Feel the contraction in your glutes and your thighs to get your hips up. If you would like to take full bridge pose, you could set your hands now to the sides of your head, rise to the crown of your head, and all the way up into full bridge or chakrasana, okay? It's also called Urdhva Dhanurasana. Deep, slow breathing here for 5 more breaths. Good. Raise your arms over your head. For those of you in full bridge, come on down and meet us in half bridge. And then the arms go over the head, 1 vertebra at a time. Lower your back. Very, very slowly. Taking your time. Now, once you are all the way down, we're going to be doing a little bit of a different relaxing exercise. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. Arms stay stretched behind you, and let your knees fall to the right. Keep the arms stretched behind you. Keep the knees and the feet apart. Raise your left knee first, right knee follows. Allow the knees to fall to your left this time. Feet and knees apart, arms behind you. Deep breaths. Right knee lifts, left knee follows. Arms by your sides. Walk your feet away from you. Now the heels will go down deep into the floor. Toes are pointing skyward. Arms down, squeeze the shoulder blades. Raise the hips. This is for the hamstrings. Check it out. Touch the backs of your legs. You should feel them contracting. We stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hips down. Good job. To relax this time, raise the feet, grab a hold of the ankles or the bottoms of the feet, pull the knees down towards the shoulders, and it's happy baby pose. If you wish, rock from side to side to completely release and relax. Open the knees nicely, pull the feet down. Feel the low back stretching as well as the inner and outer thighs and the hips. Now see how far you can straighten your legs while holding on either to the ankles or the bottoms of the feet. Keep the legs wide. You don't have to go as wide as possible, but just keep them wide. Knees going more towards the shoulders. Another deep breath in. And we relax, letting go. Bend the knees. Squeeze your knees to your chest. Lift your head, bring the nose between the knees, rounding out completely. Then lowering gently the head to the floor. Stretch one leg at a time out onto the ground. Now we're going to move the legs from side to side just to relax, turning your feet side to side. And do the same thing with your hands and your arms, turning in and out. Now the same thing with the hips, just rock a bit side to side. And lastly, same thing with the head, just gently turn it side to side. All right, we find a neutral position for the head. Turn the palms skyward and allow your feet to roll out towards the outsides of your mat. Staying here, take some deep, slow breaths in and out of the tummy. If possible, see if you can feel the tummy rising and falling. We're going to imagine a relaxing shower starting from the crown of your head. It's going to move down over the head, the hair, the ears, the face, and the back of the head. Imagine that relaxation moving down over the neck, throat, over the shoulders, down over the arms, imagine it moving down over the hands, moving all the way down the back, from the upper back to the middle back and the lower back. Moving down over the chest, over the tummy, all the way down to the hips. And that shower relaxing you moves down over the glutes, over the hips, pelvic region, over the thighs, trickles down over the knees, the lower legs, to the ankles, over your feet and off of your toes. Imagine it just a continuous flow of relaxation from the crown of the head, flowing down and trickling off the feet and disappearing into the floor. Let's begin now deepening the breath. Allow your tummy to move with your breath. If you'd like, take a deep breath in and just sigh as you breathe out. Again, deep breath in. Last one. Raise the arms up over the head, stretching from fingers to toes. You can wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers if you wish. And then raise your knees up against your chest and squeeze the knees into the chest. Rock a bit from side to side to massage the low back. Get yourself ready. Be seated, right arm to the right ear, and roll all the way to your right hand side. Lifting yourself up from the side. Excellent. And let's take the palms of our hands again and rub them together. Get into that sensation of the right and left hand, the heat, the sensation of the friction of the hands. And then bring the hands over the face. If you're not sure your hands are disinfected, they can always go just in front of the face, an inch away, or over the face, tap around the eyes, and shake out. And let's do that again. Just fully get into the sensation of the hands rubbing together. Let's just notice. And then bring the hands over the face. Tap around your eyes. Feels so good. And then shake your hands out. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. And I hope you all get a chance to enjoy the sunshine, enjoy your day, and I hope to see you all soon. Thanks for joining today. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Beautiful practice.